All right. Shalom Yashala. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Waharaka Kodash Brakatham. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam, pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquat that they're listening. Now, this, of course, all these lessons, go to the 12 tribes, goes into, into all the 12 tribes, the Lord's chosen people, is who this word is intended for. Okay. And, different, Jake may have suffered so-called differently at the hands of Esau, aka, aka the so-called white man, but better yet known biblically as Edom or Esau. Okay. But, all 12 tribes have suffered under the so-called white man's rule, man. And how so? Oh, well, we could also, talk about the theft, that, there's no bigger thief than Esau. There's no bigger murderer than Esau. Okay. These guys are, insufferable, man. But 2/3 of our people don't get that. Okay. That's why you have all this history still coming out, that you never, something, you may have heard as a younger adult or, a child or what have you. And, you rather just never really put two and two together because you wasn't in the truth. You knew, like, oh yeah, I heard they did this, I heard that. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man, this word and the spirit is uncovering all the malicious things this devil has done, man. Okay. And on this particular lesson, it's just going into how they capitalize off the creativeness of Jake, man. The things that Jake have put their blood and sweat and tears into. Okay. So I'm gonna let the excerpt of this clip play, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures to follow.
How Taco Bell stole the taco. In 1937, Lucia Rodriguez opened Mitla Cafe in San Bernardino. They served hard-shell tacos, a Lenten tradition from Lucia's family in Jalisco. Mitla became a popular Chicano eatery. Their fans included legendary labor activist Cesar Chavez, who'd eat there when he was in the area. At the time, American society stereotyped Mexican food as strange and exotic. Mexican Americans were racially targeted, like in the Zoot Suit riots, and their food looked down on. This wasn't a problem for the Rodriguezes, whose clients were mainly from their own community. But across the street at Glen Bell's hamburger stand, business was slow. A new restaurant, McDonald's, had just opened their first shop a couple miles away. He saw the bustling lines at Mitla and wanted in on the action. Bell started coming into Mitla late at night, asking questions about recipes and eyeing the kitchen. A couple years later, he added hard tacos to Bell's hamburgers, a painstaking copy of Mitla's recipe. His white audience loved them, and in '54, he opened the first of a chain of taco-only restaurants, Taco Tio, then El Taco, and finally, Taco Bell. Today, there are over 8,500 Taco Bells around the world, and at Mitla Cafe, the only Mitla Cafe, the third generation of Salvador and Lucia's family is still cooking their grandparents' Jalisco-style hard tacos.
And we're talking about 25 black men. That's how it started. Back in the 60s, when you called the ambulance, the police came.
Policemen were in charge of taking people to the hospital.
And they would put the person on that little stretcher and throw them in the back of the paddy wagon, slam the door, and go as fast as they can. People were dying.
Freedom House was a program to hire the unemployable, some of the alcoholic and drug abuse people that they wanted to get off the streets.
We went to school, we went through training, and we need to ask them a job.
We're starting IVs in the field, doing tracheal intubation in the field.
We were the ones who changed all emergency medical services.
At that time, black people couldn't get an ambulance. You couldn't get an ambulance into a lot of communities. We're last on the list to get service.
I remember the whole political fight around the future of Freedom House.
But the mayor decided to put his own service in the system. In opposition to Freedom House in 1975.
He really didn't like Freedom House. That's being blunt.
When you can take something from nothing and and make something out of it. Everybody else wants to get in on the play. It was something that black people had pioneered. It was taken up by the government, and then the next thing you know, taken away from us.
You see, this cuts the legs right out from under us.
Everybody advanced, everybody profit, everybody made out.
Yeah, man. So if that's not clear enough, so that second clip, which is something I found out, I believe 2 days ago, is that Jake were the first paramedics, man. If you look it up, it was called, Freedom House. So that's why I had that, those videos that I extracted from social media, which is good info, the Freedom House, man. So the so-called black man is responsible for paramedics. Okay. And look how that's played out. Esau saw that and stole it, put his spin or twist on things. And sometimes he don't even do that. He just steal that shit, but that's E's MO. Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Okay. It's gonna continue. Okay. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Iron doesn't stop rusting. Okay. So neither is his wickedness, man. It's going to continue. Okay. Ain't no way around it. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped away, Salakia, if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Okay, there's no fixing Esau, man, and there's no trusting him. Okay. Now here it is. Those are two beautiful examples, man. Okay. So you had it like with the Freedom House. I believe it was started in Pittsburgh, man. And like they were stating, I believe just a lot of police officers would just, carry you to the hospital, and they could only do so much. So Jake, did they thing, got they, Jake being Jake, man. The level of brilliance that the Lord blessed us with. But we're here in this predicament because what? Jake is hard-headed. Jake is stiff-necked, man. Okay? And yes, let's, once again, let's not be simple. It is Jake that has so-called thrived here and, done, what they was, I say they were more sound business-wise. But on the flip side, Jake with the taco shop in San Bernardino, where Glenn Bell learned how to, basically stole the recipe for his success. Hey, they were operating, under the rules and regulations under Esau, just like Jake was with the paramedics. But they, hey man, let me reread verse 11 again. Though he humble himself and go crouching, because, oh man, this is wonderful. This is amazing. How did you, and so forth. And the next thing you know, bro, you got a knife in your back. Let me read this in its entirety again, then I get some more scriptures. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Okay, there's no fixing that, man, and it's not in this setup. It's not intended to as well. We're not here to change Esau's mind about shit. First and foremost, man, he's here to be condemned. Okay, his rule is almost up. It's pretty much done. I don't see anything going past his 4 years, Abaratazah, with this presidency, with this new presidency, this once again, the term that Donald Trump will be serving. Okay, I don't see anything going past those 4 years, but man, if you don't get it at this point, man, it just really ain't for you, man. You know, scriptures clearly state who's who, but Jake, Jake's gonna Jake always has to find out the hard way, right? This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And the reason it's in the power of their hand, because who? The Most High. That's who, man. Because of our disobedience of following the law, statutes, and commandments, adhering to Yahweh's ways, man. Adhering to Yahweh's ways. Okay, our Heavenly Father, man. For, turning away from the Lord, pulling away. Okay, same thing with freemen towns. There's tons of freemen towns that a lot of Jake don't know about. It's tons of towns. It's a lot of things that's buried that Jake has no idea about. But guess what? The Lord is showing us through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. Okay. Verse 2. And they covet fields, and they take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay. So that clearly shows who's who, man. And when you read verse 2 again, it says, and they covet fields. Hey, guess what? You got what? Different work fields, right? So they coveted Jake's creativity and businesses and so forth. They coveted and put their own spin on it, man. Flat out theft. Okay. I didn't say they take it by contract, but now they'll go, through the little loopholes and so forth, to take advantage of Jake, but of course they get very salty when Jake is on top of his shit, man. And then, so be it, a conspiracy theorist is nothing. A conspiracy is really nothing more than two or more people agreeing. Okay. Because look at Jake, who's like, hey, even though, Jake in the society is wicked, 2/3 of Jake, Eddie Griffin said it best, man. Like, as far as the Jake who's big in entertainment, no one leaves the game clean, man. Because what? Jake has made a covenant with death. Okay. And that's not that's just more so of a side note. Because, a lot of Jake will see, these Jakes, who've come up, but a lot of these Jake has sold their soul. And then on the flip side, you got Jake who didn't sell their soul and was just keeping a minimal lifestyle, just laying low, but that happened for a reason. For one, we are in captivity, and two, the so-called white man is your enemy, man. He's the devil, man. Okay. He's the devil, and Jake and Jake is still, and aloof about it, like, just not, paying attention, man. But that, those particular videos, man, through the Spirit, that's why I'm doing this lesson now, because it ran me hot as hell. Because, no one ever, really just, where did Taco Bell come? Kind of think, what I'm saying? But it makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? And then on the flip side with the whole paramedics thing, Esau always has the nerve to ask, what have we done, or even our own people, or what are you doing? Hell, anytime Jake does something, Esau throws a little bullshit. He throws a little bullshit snare in there for Jake, man. And overall, it's the Most High, because if Jake gets too comfortable, Jake is not gonna seek out Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. You know, so if Jake gets too into something, because once Jake gets into something, Jake masters it. You know, that's why you have the glorification and the fascination when you hear these and watch these documentaries on Floyd Mayweather, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and so forth. You know, and this other Jake who was very masterful, from Miles Davis, and you know, I can't think of the other Jake, the Jake who pretty much created the game console, I believe. I can't think of his name. You know, but it just further shows, man, who's who, man. You know, and you know we are, we're the poor on this side, you know. And the devil and the devil sees that, man. The Edomites know, you know, if it wasn't for Jake, this place wouldn't continue. First and foremost, they feed off our creativity, our thoughts. Okay, that's why everything became so big over the years, from hip hop and R&B. Okay, because Amalek, they know what's up. Okay, and also Edomites, know what's up. You know, you don't succeed without the assistance of Jake. You know, if y'all could bear me, Baba Shah, get this is Job chapter 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? That's clearly talking about Esau, man. Okay, and what's what's beautifully put right here, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So that's why we say, yeah, ain't supposed to give Esau all the damn credit. First and foremost, it's the will of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, that put that spirit on E, because Jake is so far gone, man. Because there's no new thing under the sun. So of course Jake has to suffer under the rule of Esau, but it was deserved. And I say that because look how Jake bucks up against the truth. When you tell him something simple and a solution, Jake just takes offense to anything. Hey, there's a puddle of water right there, brother. Watch out. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I can see. That's how Jake mindset is. Not all Jake we get that, but it's a large number. It's a growing large number. You can't Jake got hashtags, or you can't tell me nothing. Even the legendary song by Mr. Kanye West, that joint sold millions upon millions. Can't tell me nothing. And here it is. You see the results. Just like you see, that's another one. He came up with the Yeezy concept. That man was worth billions of dollars. They reduced him to 400 million. Just over, we all know, the small hats did that. But those are prime examples to show you, man, these goddamn devils ain't your friend, and that we're in captivity, and this is not our rest. Okay? I'll reread verse 24 again. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, and it's not up for debate. It is not up for debate. Those two videos is very clear, and that Kanye West example was icing on the cake, or cherry on the top, I'll say. Okay, and it's right before the world to see. Bear with me, Baba Kusha. Believe I'm gonna finish up on this one. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them. Okay. For he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Okay. So that's all 12 tribes, man. That's consisting of all 12 tribes, man. Okay. Oh, Jake, that's why we're so, creative, man, because hey, the Lord blessed us, man. Okay. The Lord blessed us, with a beautiful imagination, and especially if Jake has a work ethic, hey, people are in trouble. You know, people are in trouble when Jake, when Jake is really into something, and if it's a righteous thing, oh yeah, you're truly in trouble. You're truly in trouble because Jake, who's seasoned and who has ambition and drive, it's a threat to the society, to this society. Okay, and it's a threat to Esau. Okay. So these I could go on for another 3 hours, man. Brothers have seen those patents and so forth, in these books, and you go to different libraries. Hey, you can go to different websites, news articles, or and a lot of people a lot of times are so, and it's mainly Esau, man. And if any nigga come up against it, that they're nothing more than a boot licking coon, man. Because you try to educate Jake, hey man, if this isn't the activity of a damn devil, then what is? And before well, there's bad in every nationality and race, and which, hey, you damn right, okay? Because when Jake was in our evil ways, that's why we at where we at now. Okay? For Jake, who always likes to, play devil's advocate for Esau or so forth. Well, it's bad in every race, this and that, because Esau doesn't have to be held accountable when you got niggas like that in the world, or people who are just trodden down, man. The Lord, the Lord has wakened his men up, I believe, to be amongst those men, but it just further proves, man, that this society cannot stand without Jake. Okay. But that's all I have on this. And Abaratazah, this is edifying for the body. So once again, with that, call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Waha Rakak Wadash Brakathum. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Achion, pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwath out there listening. Shalom.